So you also have to consider emotional impact. Seeing red, as we said, has physiological impact. It's been proven to increase blood circulation, breathing, metabolism. This provokes instant response. When you combine it with the very urgently drawn typography here, with this intense illustration, children with guns, all right, the overall emotional impact of this is very powerful. These red elements demand to be noticed. The contrast that's created here is screaming for attention. Red also signifies importance and priority, like a to-do list. All right, here's a situation where red is being used to communicate a very urgent message, but at the same time, it's more about importance and priority. This is not the same emotional intensity of, wow, this is really bad, you have to do something about it. This, when combined and contrasted with the colors that exist in this photograph, is a much more subtle way of communicating urgency. All right, in this case, it's red, which is a charity that works to fight AIDS. So same urgency, but a much different implementation of that message. Here's another example where overall everything is sort of black and white. We've got a little bit of color in the center, but notice those red areas in the logo at the top and at the bottom where it says sign up now and save 15%. Where does your eye go? It bounces between the logo and the bar, logo and the bar, logo and the bar, logo and the bar. They're doing that on purpose. Your eye cannot help but go to those areas because, number one, they're anomalies. That red doesn't exist anywhere else in the interface right now except for those two places. Okay, so they certainly stand apart. But the second reason is the combination of red and black and white makes those elements really come forward, really stand out. Here's another example. This is a to-do app on the Google Android platform. Notice that big red header at the top. Okay, notice the big red plus button down at the bottom, which is how you add a new event. It is impossible to take your eyes away from those areas. You also see it in the list, in those icons, all right? And on the left, next to growth team, next to reading list, in the middle, next 7 days, finish monthly growth report. See that little red bar at the side? It's not very big. It's not taking up a whole lot of screen real estate, but it's enough to drag your eye over there and say, hey, look at me, pay attention to me. That's importance, that's priority. So blue, as we said, tends to have a calming, inviting effect due to its associations with sky and water. So when you see something like this, all right, for a tech company, expertise, look at that. It carries a very significant emotional message. It's calm. It's like, hey, we know what we're doing, but it's not screaming at you. It's not boasting. It's not going, we are the best company you've ever heard. That's not the tone of voice you hear in your head when you look at this. You hear it in a much more calming way, and color is influencing that voice in your head, that subconscious voice in your head when you read this, all right? What you're hearing sounds like this: helping more than 200 finance and leasing companies worldwide streamline their business operations to achieve maximum efficiency. Learn more about how we have helped companies in their quest to grow and lead, right? Calm voice. The blue and the typography, of course, has everything to do with that. All right, we're communicating trust. Banks use this. Technology companies use this across the board. And the blue thing really started, by the way, with IBM. They were the first to use blue in technology, and they were known as Big Blue for quite a while. But that blue was the symbol of reliability, of trust, okay, of something you could absolutely depend on. And that's been carried over into the field of technology as a whole. Citibank, no late fees ever. Same thing. Look how much blue we've got going on here. All right, from the card itself to the bar at the top to the text area on the left to the sign-on button. They're carrying that through. Blue, it's calm, it's steady, it's reliable, it's trustworthy. When you see lighter blues, they're usually a little more open, a little more friendly. Darker shades are very suggestive of security, of trust, of solidity, of reliability, no worries. Here's a perfect example. We're using a very dark blue for a home alarm company, home monitoring, LiveWatch. Advanced home monitoring, simple, low price. All right, again, security is what's being communicated here. We've got your back. There's nothing to worry about. You can trust us. Green, as we said, is often associated with nature, success, growth, and money. Here's how green is used in the interface. Robinhood app, which is used to monitor investments and stocks, uses this really nice, calming, pleasant light green everywhere. Notice how there's no deviation. You don't see any other accent colors. There's black, gray, and green, and that's it throughout this entire thing. Green sits right between warm and cool, which makes it really well balanced as a color. So that feeling of well balanced worms its way into your brain. When you look at it, you feel calm. We're talking about something sort of important here, like managing money. So what do we want to do for our users? We want to make them feel calm. We want to make them feel in control. We want to make them feel like good things are happening. Okay, so this color, what I'm hammering here is that this color is very purposeful. It feels fresh, it feels new, and in Western culture in particular, as I said before, it signifies all is okay. Green is go, green is good, green is positive, all right? That's why it's being used here. Now take a look at this by way of example. There are 3 states in a transaction when you execute something. It's either failed, which is the red on the left, pending, which means, okay, we're getting there, but it's not quite okay yet. We're not finished. We're not done. To the far right, where we go, success. It's green now. Your payment has been processed successfully. These are 3 states that result from a transaction. And in order of severity, they go from red to yellow to green. Red is failure, bad, pay attention, something went wrong. Yellow is, hey, pending, we're working on it, almost there. Green, done. Awesome, finished, good job.